Philippe, obviously not the sort of first game you wanted. Can you sum up your thoughts on that for us?
That the first half we clearly lacked intensity, dual power, also structure. We didn't do defensively what we trained on. So you see also we didn't have much time to train, of course, because we had 1-2 days with the players, with some only one, with others 2, and with a few 4, but not so many. So it's things to learn that they need to learn. Also with one session to keep the structure. It's good that you have halftime, then you can show something, and the second half was much better. With better intensity, more winning duels, better structure, and even getting more chances than Birmingham. And to be more brave on the ball and to keep the ball in a better way. So things to build on, but of course you need to have that kind of football 90 minutes long or longer to get good results, for sure, against good teams like Birmingham, who have a impressive record the last couple of months in these home games also.
Were you surprised at all by that first half performance, or were you expecting it to be that different?
No, yeah, that's a hard question because you don't expect. You hope for more, always, of course. But it's also not a surprise because it's not that this happens the first time this season. That the team lacks these things, so those are things to work on. And we knew when we came in that there are a lot of points to work on and to make better.
Did it feel like it was mainly sort of technical, tactical things, or were there sort of character problems in that performance today?
No, I think it's everything. Football is never one thing. It was all of that, but it's good that in second half it was much better. Yeah. So I need to look forward now, and it's about building something. I know that there are no miracles in football. Every team in the world struggles when there are 10 players out injured, and you are in this situation. So it's about building and making things better week by week, game by game, and that players learn lessons out of experiences. And yeah, I'm gonna push hard with all staff to make things better as fast as possible, but there are no miracles.
Do you think you learned a lot about your players today?
I learned more again. I learned already a lot the last couple of days, but these things are different. Game situations, it's different than seeing somebody in the training sessions. I know from the past some players who were the best players in training sessions and not in the games, and you need the guys who are there in the games also. Training sessions are very important for me, and I want them at game level, but you need to produce that, of course, when money time is there.
How much of that performance do you think is down to kind of a lack of confidence, and how do you turn that around?
Yeah, it's not only that, it has to do with a lot of things, so we're going to work on all those things. That's why we need to build also on the second half.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you about Shane Duffy, because I think probably a lot of people would have been surprised that you put him in. He's not played too many games this season, so what was your thinking behind putting him in, and what did you make of his performance?
That for me, everybody starts with a white page, so I don't know them as persons. I need to get to know them now, and he's somebody with experience who has a voice in the team for the coaching from behind. What's crucial now in this situation also, that we have coaching from behind and that not everybody's defending one-on-one, but that the coaching comes from behind also. And other players, they had less voice this week, so it's for them also important that it's a important part of football to be in the team that you need coaching.
You're 3-1 down at half time, but you didn't make any changes. Obviously, you've said you were pleased with the second half, so I'm sure you'll feel that's justified. But why didn't you make any changes when that first half performance was so disappointing?
Because I need to give chances also to players to prove themselves now. Firstly, secondly, it's also not that we have a big amount of players to replace for the moment. For sure, in certain positions, in some we have several. In some positions, we don't have enough. And it gives chance to other players, like today Errol, coming in, young guy from academy, getting chances. If all the wingers are available and fit and in their best condition, that would not be the case for the moment. You see also the difference with Birmingham, the players that they can bring in, how much experience they have and quality they have. So we need to work really hard to get a squad like that for the future.
And Matthias Quiscoren was your goal scorer, but you brought him off sort of midway through the second half. Was that also to do with kind of the thinness of the squad at the moment and the fact you've got another game on Tuesday, or was that something different?
It has to do with a lot of things, but Emiliano deserved also a chance, showed good things in the training. So it's important to see everybody and also to make a kind of rotation in these kind of weeks to keep everybody fit.
And Matej Rasek wasn't in the squad, why was that?
Because he was sick last couple of days.
Okay.
So he had a training session today instead of being with the selection. He's fit again. Yesterday was the first time with the squad that he trained again, but he missed the days before. So he had a good session today. I'm happy. He did also the physical test like the others did on Tuesday, but he could not do that moment because he was sick. And it was an okay test. There's still a big progression to make there, but I'm happy that he will be back. The more options we will have the next couple of weeks, better for the squad.
You spoke yesterday about kind of the players needing to give the fans something before it goes the other way around. So after that, and obviously you've had a lot of fans who've travelled who will be disappointed. Does Tuesday feel like a big opportunity to kind of show them what you're about?
Yes, I hope so. It's a massive game, but every game will be a massive game in this marathon that we have until the end of the season. So it's 30 games to go. It's a lot of games to go, and I'm gonna focus on making things better and better, individually and collectively, step by step. You cannot change everything in a few days. That's impossible. So we're gonna work hard. That I can promise the fans. That the players gonna work hard the next weeks and the next months to become a better team.
Thanks.
Please.
Philippe, do you think there's enough from what you've seen in training and out there on today to make significant strides quite quickly?
Yeah, it's necessary to make strides quite quickly. That's true. On the other side, every team in the world who has 10 players who can be in the starting 11 who are out, unavailable, will struggle. Even world-class teams. If you see and I don't want to make the comparison, but Man City last season, they missed a few players and it was a totally different team. So of course that's a bad situation. That's why the availability of players being fit, players being top fit and not getting injury, yeah, it's a crucial part in football. So if you see the players Birmingham can bring in, players who played at international level, like Yogo, like Jose Samuel. Yeah, we don't have this bench for the moment, so we're gonna work hard to get everybody back and fit as fast as possible and to get this group better and better physically. But this is not a short-term job. It's impossible to change that in short term.
Philippe, you mentioned the injuries, but also generally, are your players fit enough? There has been some doubts cast about their fitness levels.
I don't want to discuss this too much. It's about, for me, not to look back what happened before. It's now about looking at the future. It's my job to make them the fittest team in the league. That's my challenge, and I'm gonna work hard with the team to get them there. But I'm gonna need quite some time to get them there because there are a few teams who are for sure in a better condition for the moment.
Can you do that during the busy times of 2 games a week and everything?
Yes, it's necessary. It's not the first time that we have to do that. So in the past was also the case. So it's a very individual job together with the performance staff to see which player can play what game, but also in between to train at the right moments, but also to recover at the right moments. So that's a job for a few months to come.
Yeah.
But we need to get along the way also
Yeah.
enough points, of course.
You were also talking before the match about you wanted quicker reactions in situations when a ball is lost. Did you see signs of that today, or is that something to still
I've
work
seen
on?
a good sign of the second half, because a lot of teams can collapse if they go 3-1 behind, and they had so much difficulty in the first half. So that reaction was really good. I saw also in the first half with several players good reactions, not with all yet. So that stays a working point that I will push on continuously until it's a reflex for everybody and it's a culture.
Your name has been mentioned before this job, with no disrespect to Norwich, but a lot of big clubs in Europe, for example Ajax were mentioned. Why a club in the middle of a relegation scrap?
It's not because I'm masochist or something, don't worry. No, because the talk I had with the people in the club and the talk I had with the owners, so the owners see a long-term project where they're engaged for a long term with the club. They have really clear plans. They proved also in the past, in of course another sport, but still, to build a team from the lowest regions towards the top, and they want to give a lot of responsibility also to build that together with them. So that was for me the challenge.
Thank you.